Hi everyone, happy Thursday. Welcome to Vital Healing. This is my channel. My name is Dr. Candida Schwartz. I'm a naturopathic doctor as well as an intuitive healer. And so I just wanted to welcome you all. If you are new to my channel, if you're just stopping by, I hope you enjoy it. I hope you come back and frequently visit. And for those of you that are frequent visitors, thank you for your continued support. So as promised, July is frozen treat month. So I'm sharing all of my alternative diet friendly, allergen free friendly frozen recipes: ice cream, sorbets, gelatos, frozen yogurts. Today I'm going to share two of my personal favorites. You know, you're not supposed to have favorites, but these are, because I love them all, but these are two of my absolute favorites and I love them together. So I'm going to be doing chocolate brownie ice cream, and I'm going to be doing a vanilla bean raspberry swirl frozen yogurt. So let's get started. So I have 3 ounces of pretty well chopped, like this is pretty well chopped, unsweetened chocolate. And to this, I added 2 tablespoons of maple syrup and 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt. And I'm going to put that all in my Vitamix. And I'm going to make sure that I do a good job scraping all of this out. Normally I would just do it, right? But I wanted to be fancy for my channel. All right, so here I have 1 can of coconut milk, and it is simmered, so it's nice and hot, and I'm going to add it to my Vitamix. And then I am going to let that pulse for maybe 10 seconds. I just want to make sure that we get all of that chocolate melted by the heat of that coconut milk. So it's going to be kind of like a loose ganache. Someday I'll be fancy and I'll have like an editor and a producer. So there it is. It is all nice. You can't tell it's all smoky, but it is all mixed. All right, to this, I am going to add a teaspoon of vanilla extract, and I make my own. And you could add like a teaspoon of ground coffee, ground decaf, a little bit of espresso, or what is that? The instant coffee. I'm not gonna do it today because I just don't. I just don't have it on me. I don't have it, and I like to use the decaf. So you can do whatever you'd like. So I'm just going to give that another buzz. And then I'm going to put that in the refrigerator and I'm going to let that cool. Once I spin it, I have this yummy, like chocolate, it's almond flour, it's maple syrup, it's melted coconut milk and raw cacao. Coconut oil, I meant, melted coconut oil. And the recipe will be below. But once this is cold, I'll spin it. And then at the end, I will add this. And I will show you that result in a second. In the meantime, let's make our frozen yogurt. So this is 1.5 cups of Kite Hill unsweetened original. This is, can you see it? This is an almond, yogurt, and it's the best one. You can use whatever you like, they'll all work, but this one I find is the best one of all of them. And to this, I am going to add 1/3 cup of raw honey. Now, you could use maple syrup, you could use agave, you could use date sugar, you could use like the date syrup, you could use the brown rice syrup, whatever you like, whatever you have, whatever you can tolerate. It's raw. So for this one, it got hot. There's no point in me using the honey. It's going to change all of that beautiful raw honey. All of that, you add heat to something, it changes it. So this is going to be raw. So I'm going to use that raw honey and get all of those incredible health benefits from it. I'm also going to put in like a pinch, so about 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt. And I'm also going to put in 1/2 of a vanilla bean that I scraped. So here's the vanilla bean. I scraped it. It's all right there. I'm just gonna add it. Make sure you get all of those beans in there. And then I just wanted to show this. This I've had going, this is my vanilla extract. I've had this going for like a year at least. I've scraped these. I'm just gonna pop them right into this mixture. And then every so often when I see it starting to get low, I add a little bit of grain alcohol, Everclear. It's gluten-free. Just assure that yours is gluten-free, but I think most of the Everclears are. And then you just shake them up and you just keep adding to it. And it's incredible, and it saves you so much money, and it's like you don't have any of the crap in there. And then I'm just gonna spin this. You could use a Vitamix for this if you really wanna make sure that it's nice and swirl, nice and, emulsified or whatever, mixed thoroughly, but I just do it in the bowl. So I'm going to put both of these in the refrigerator. And then I have the raspberry swirl. All these recipe links are going to be below, but the raspberry swirl is actually cooling in the refrigerator. So when everything is cool and spun, I'm going to show you the finished product. So so come back soon. So I'll be back soon, so don't go anywhere. Okay. Okay, so we're back, and I cooled all of the bases. I spun them. I added the puree and the chocolate crumbles, and now we have the result. So I just did all of the photos, so there's less, but will you just look at this strawberry swirl? Will you just look at that? Mmm. Tangy, tart, sweet, fruity, delicious. And then will you just look at this yummy chocolate ice cream? So I just want to show you how good this is. And this has been sitting out for a little bit. This is coconut milk. So remember, coconut milk. So just look, like here's a nice chunk. Mmm. And together. Mmm. Delicious. I like my chocolate very chocolatey. I don't like super sweet things. So I just want to, you have to know your berries just accordingly. And whenever you're doing your bases, make sure that they're always just a tiny bit sweeter than you want them to be before freezing them, because they're going to lose sweetness. Coconut milk, because it is a medium chain fatty acid, it's different than other vegetable or non-animal based fats. This is going to freeze at room temperature, so you need to let it sit out for a little bit. If you're not going to eat it within a couple of hours, you're going to have to let it sit out and thaw out a little bit. Whereas this is going, look, it's even just melted a little bit. It's pretty hot here today though, but it's, it's already starting to melt because it's a yogurt base. Be mindful of that. Whenever you're doing a coconut-based ice cream or vegan treat of any kind, this is what you want to hear when you squeeze it, when you shake it. Nothing. There are some that when you lift them, they're really watery at room temperature. That means that they don't have enough fat in them. They'll still work, but you want that fat to give that yummy, creamy, luscious flavor. If you don't like coconut or you don't want to add coconut, do like an oat milk, an almond milk, a cashew milk, and add 1 to 2 tablespoons of refined melted coconut oil to your base. So then you can still have that added fat without that coconut flavor. This does have a tiny hint of coconut flavor to it. Um, Other things that you could do, let's see. Oh, and you could also try the milkadamia. There is coconut cream in that, but you could try that as well. So that's all I have for you. And next week I have more fun recipes. I will, as promised, I will all July, and I'm so excited to share more and more with you. Please take a moment to like, subscribe, and share. Turn on that notification bell so you don't miss one of my great videos. I have over 80 videos on this channel, so please enjoy and comment below, and we will see you next time. Enjoy your ice cream. Have a great day.